they did it. They just eked out above a little double top there, at least on the Nasdaq, which I've been following. And tomorrow will be very interesting to see what they do. But man, they had to pull out all the stops to get there. We'll start with Apple. So this is the big funding mechanism. The only thing I can think of is that they may run this thing through September 9th. That's I think Apple announces their new phone or launches their new phone sometime next week, and that might be something to keep the market buoyed into next week. A lot of times people think Tuesday, September, everybody's back, but a lot of times it's a head fake because they know everybody's going to be shorting this weekend going into September, and they're going to squeeze out those week shorts. So just bear that in mind, and so we'll have to keep an eye on it. But just amazing 3 days. They took that Korea thing, and it must have been just enough people that went short the market that they used it to rocket ship this thing up 250 points in 3 days. Just utterly amazing. There's Google. Looks like a little profit taken at the end there. Market's still open for another minute or two. You'll hear the ding ding in a second. But I'm finished for the day. Microsoft, Facebook, they all look the same, don't they? Here's Amazon. Amazon gets bid up billions and billions and billions of dollars because now they bought a company that they're going to turn into a non-profit. It's just amazing to me. There's SPY. Nvidia, I mean, it's like broken record. Netflix, Tesla, the Qs, GLD. Gold is very interesting. Usually the Thursday before the employment report, they sell gold off, and they tried last night overnight, and they beat it back. And that just told me volumes. I closed my nugget puts off right away this morning because that's not usually what happens. So you have to figure it's going to reverse hard, and it sure as heck did. And so I'll talk about the miners I have in a second, but yeah, that was a quick whoa, get out of that. Something's going on here. Definitely something's going on. I think they figured the Fed has just given up, and they're going to let this thing run to its logical conclusion now. With IWM, I had some put spreads on. Call spreads on. I abandoned those first thing this morning too, on that gap up open. Just a lot of strength everywhere. Now tomorrow this could sell off, but there's no way I was going to take a chance on it. I'm happy to lose $400 on those credit spreads versus losing $1,500 or $1,800 by just trying to see if it'll make it till tomorrow. Banks though were weak, so there is hope. There is a Santa Claus. Franco-Nevada, nice move today. XLE, we're in it. We're profitable. Moved our stop up and kind of held it, but I think this is going to rocket if I don't get my stop too tight. They're going to start pumping like crazy here as soon as they get those wells all open again. There's Twitter doing nothing. GG, nice move today. AEM, nice move this week, but didn't really do too much profitable though. Amazon, gold again. So wheat and precious metals, I went ahead this morning and I added back 1,000 shares, and I took off my credit spread that was going to expire tomorrow. It's been in the money for a couple days now, but I just kind of let it go, see if I was going to roll it tomorrow. But when it started getting some strength, I'm like, hey, I'm going to take this thing now and see if I can sell calls from a higher level tomorrow. And it looks like so far so good, and we'll see if this gets reversed. It looks like potential be double top trap here too. So I just have to just kind of keep all options open. Not sure what's going on. Everything's at extremes now, but if it's my trend dots before I do anything, I'll sell in the money calls. If not, I'm going to kind of let this run. You know, I'm basically giving it 40 cents, I think. Yeah, about 30 cents right now. Okay, even MLS was positive today, but not excited. Silver had a nice move. CCJ had a nice move, the whole Korea thing. TXJ, another miner, is pushed up with XLE. This has been pretty relentless since the 22nd. Look at that move. That's a huge move for biotech. This is what they use to lift this thing. Nugget. New top. There's the bell. This is amazing with VXX. I'll talk about it with UVXY in a second. We talk AG. So we bought AG yesterday, 668. Moved to stop up. And depending on tomorrow, either I'll close it or let it run. I was hoping it was going to come down more so I can buy more, but it never gave me a chance. So I only got 1,000 shares. Okay. I closed this thing today. I had 20 contracts long for next Friday, 30 50s. And it just was not doing anything and not doing anything, and it was actually starting. I was actually starting to lose a little money on it, and I'm like, oh, there's just no way. There's something. They're just not going to give us any credit for it because of the. They're worried about next week, and then I just closed the trade off, and then next thing you know it, they needed it to push this thing over the top, and but c'est la vie. Usually I keep UVXY puts on. But I just didn't today. I was running a short Nasdaq long, UVXY puts, and you had to give those up right away. You know, from yesterday, I closed them first thing this morning because the UVXY puts were not working, and the Nasdaq short on the futures were killing me, and I flipped it long. So at least I, you know, was down 140, but clawed back nearly 80 of it back going long, but it was none of the hedges worked, and that happens sometimes. Typically when you short, when the market goes long on you, typically they've been selling out gold in the miners and also shorting volatility. In the last 2 days, volatility hardly moved, and at least you didn't get any credit for it on the options, and then nugget trade didn't work at all. So it's it happens, but you just got to react fast, and flipped it, and I did. So I closed everything and went long NQ, and I closed NQ right before I got on this call with you guys when it hit the new highs. XIV, like it always does, goes crazy here. And been staying away from it though. I prefer the puts. I think oil is ready to make its move. It was a nice move this morning, and I got it up to VWAP here, and now we'll see. And it looks good on futures contracts. So I had it long this morning to go with my short gasoline trade, and so I'm looking for it to squeeze in. The spread between gasoline prices and oil prices from a ratio standpoint, I think it's never been this distant from each other. So I'm looking for those trades to converge. I'm looking for UGA or gasoline futures to come in, and I'm looking for CL or any of these oil ETFs to go higher. I have 2 weeks in a day to, at least on UGA side, to make that work, or I'll roll to October. DBA had a nice run. We had a good run with our ags long-term play. DBA at in 1965 is my hold now on this, and here's the RX. XMB's been climbing a wall. Copper's gone to highs, so definitely there's a reflation trade going on here. So I didn't trade UNG because I don't like to trade ahead of these reports, but look at that move. Boom. Not quite ready to short NASDAQ again. It's just, it's been a tough sell. Look at dust. And then move SCO. Let's see here. Even the yen started to come up today, and gold didn't care, which is pretty amazing. I think they did that when they started moving vol down. You know, they just keep changing their levers, but seems to work. Nice move here on JJG. 26.25 is my average price, and just kind of, like I said, I'm just sitting on it long term. Uranium. There's copper. I think copper's probably getting to the point where it's probably, if you're in it, you probably might want to close it. Okay, we have a trade on it in coffee. 16.45 is the price, and now just waiting to see if it breaks out. Some of this end of the month stuff with these futures contracts sometimes jams the price, and now we'll see if we can run it up. I'd love to be able to sell it right here if I can. 1720 to 1750 area, I'd be quite happy with it. Here's UGA. So I got a buy signal on the puts, and then they just jammed it up on a gap up. I got 2 weeks, and so I didn't do futures on it. I'm staying with the puts for right now, and we'll see where it goes. At some point, gasoline prices are going to come down, and they come down a lot. And I have 2 weeks in a day to get it below 28, and actually need to get, probably for me to get to 27.40, be break even for me for the trade, and then we'll take it from there. So as soon as these refineries open up, I'm told that refined gasoline is coming by tanker across from Europe. So if that makes relief, you'll start seeing prices come down substantially. So corn, I have corn futures, and just been watching it dribble, dribble, dribble. My plan was to double it on the 15th of September. This move is pretty gratifying. If it gets over that 1774 area, that's been the 10-year low that was holding until this move here, and then I'd love for it to fly higher. I'm just still going to wait and see if I want to add to corn or not. I'm already have heavy ag, so this is more for a trade for me. But I'm still down a couple $100 on the trade, and but I'm not too worried about it. I think I'm going to end up being just fine. I think this move doubles that it just did today over the next couple days. So I think this helped the market here. They closed the longer term volatility contracts to help the contango. And right here, SILJ is a downtrend line. I'd like to see it pierce it, and then probably add some of this. At least recommend it. Not sure I'll trade it or not, but when this moves, it just can move $3 or $4 for you. Here's drip for those when I XLE long. If you want drip puts, it would have been a good trade for you. Been in it for a couple days. Sugar's doing nicely. That's why I think coffee will catch up. Wheat put a nice little bottom in here. Looks like a little inverted head and shoulders. It'd be nice to get some validation long for the farmers. Soybean had a nice day too. Semis are in the tank. Or the other way around. Short semis are. VIX a little bit of a bid here at the end. 2.12% is your 10-year. Love to get that thing under 20, and I'm refined. Back to Apple. So all in all, mixed day for me. Some stuff worked really well, and some stuff did not. So I recovered fast. Usually I tend to personally stay in trades a little too long. That you know, I see what I want to see, even though it chart's telling you something else. but I quickly just cut bait and reversed some of these trades, and so it put me in good stead here for the remainder of the day. And I think we're in the right stuff. The stuff I'm recommending to folks though seem to be doing pretty good. The only thing that we recommended that's struggling a little bit was the at least for the advanced side, the Nugget puts a couple, probably $100 down, and the UGA puts her down as well, and all the ETF trades are glowing green. So we still have time on gasoline. We'll see where it goes, and then anyway, you guys have a good weekend, long weekend. I'll put some stuff out there, and I really appreciate you listening to me. And if you guys have any comments or anything else you want me to watch, somebody asked me to start looking at the rare earths. I think I'll add that to the watch list. I used to trade them a long time ago, and we'll see if they look interesting again as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.